So I only just recently started really paying attention to how much my YouTube videos are making. I've really scaled up my Instagram to over 400,000 followers. And once I reach a certain point on a platform, I tend to then move on to the next. So I first got my Facebook group up to about 350,000, a community of 350,000 on Facebook. Then I went and built my Instagram up to about 400,000 followers. And now I'm turning my attention to YouTube and I'm growing my YouTube channel. So obviously it's a baby channel now, but knowing me, it'll be up to 400,000 subscribers soon enough. I guess goal one is 100,000 subscribers, but I've just started paying attention to how much our YouTube videos are making, and I was shocked at how much it's making. So far, my highest video made over $18,000, which I was like, what? $18,000? And I wanted to show proof because obviously that's a lot for a video, but it's actually really easy to show you how we know that. So if you look at this thing here that I put on the screen, this is a Hyros software. So Hyros, and then it's a very advanced, very sophisticated tracking software. And basically what it'll tell you is which piece of content made you what money. So I'll link to the software down below. It's really helpful, especially if you do organic content. Like I know how much every single reel makes. I know how much every Instagram story makes me. And that helps because I'm on social media to make money. Like that's just, I'm out there, I'm making sales. That's my goal. I'm not here it's not a hobby. Being on social media is not a hobby for me. It's my job. And I want to know how well I'm doing. And so that's how I know how much my YouTube videos make. And so you can see here, I want you to look at this specific code here, V080824. That's a date, August 8th, 2024. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. Let me turn on my circle so you can see my head. So then let me scroll. Let me just move this guy. So if I go, well, actually, I'll do it this way. If I go to this YouTube video and just move it a little bit so you can see, let me go into full screen mode here. You should be able to see if I scroll down. There we go. So you can see here, it was on August 8th, 2024. So if you look at that V080824 on the right there with the code, that's this video, the video that was published on August 8th. And so what I want to do is, let me just quickly remove this guy. What I want to do, let me get back into Chrome. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I want to break this video down and I want to show you what I did right. How on earth did I make $18,000 from one video? I did a lot of things right. So I watched this video back because one, as I'm growing my YouTube channel, I want to learn, okay, this is my highest paid video. I want to know what I did. And then I want to also share it with you. So the first lesson that I took away from this video is that I almost didn't film this. I was rushing. I was on my way to the airport. I was a little late. I knew my Uber was coming really soon, but I'm committed to my upload schedule and I had to film it before I left because I wasn't going to have the chance to do it. And so I did it anyways. And I think something about me, it allowed me to be myself and be really natural in a way that maybe I'm not always because I'm nervous about what people will think or I have my like camera voice on. So I was so myself in this video. And I think that built a lot of trust. I spoke directly to the viewer in a vulnerable way. So I shared very personally. So the premise of this video, by the way, I recommend you go watch it so you can really, at a later time so you can go see it. But basically the idea of this video is if you're struggling to believe you can make money, you should watch this video. And I go into the fact that it's actually really common to struggle with believing you can make money online and that a lot of people deal with this. I dealt with this and I share even like how I've mastered the art. Like I clearly believe I can make money online. I figured out how to overcome that. But at the time, I had a lot of issues around believing that I could find love again after a very difficult relationship. And so I was very honest with the audience and I was very honest and saying, hey guys, like this like lack of belief, you might see it in other areas of your life. And that's normal and that's okay. So I built a ton of trust. I used very important phrases like you and me are in this together. So the video overall, the tone of it is extremely trust building. And I don't think that can be underestimated because I go into some practical stuff, which I'm going to do here. I have a lot of stuff that I did right that is very practical, tactical, but I don't want you to miss the most important thing, which is I just was myself and I was very vulnerable and I was very transparent and I was very authentic and I was very honest. And that matters so much of my brand. So many of you guys are attracted to me because I am very honest and because I'm very transparent, because I share all the things. I don't hide anything at all in my personal life, in my business, with my numbers, with my finances. It's all out there for you to learn from and for you to share and have access to. And so I think that was the most important thing that set the foundation for all the tactics that I'm then going to show you. So the first thing that I did in this video, if you scrub forward towards the end, is I spent quite a bit of time on this free resource. I went over it a while in the actual video. This is the resource, in case you're wondering. It's case studies of people who made money online. So the whole premise of the video is like, I don't know that I can make money online. And I'm like, well, hey, here's some examples. And I think a lot of people don't believe that. I think a lot of people struggle to believe like, oh, I'm not in the business industry. I'm not in the marketing industry. So I purposely put all of the examples in here of things that are random, like a $10 travel guide, a gut detox bundle, a perimenopause course, gardening guide, apothecary bundle, face yoga. None of this is marketing and sales and business content. And so it also helped with the objection like, hey, oh, I have to teach business if I'm going to make money, or I have to teach about making money if I'm going to make money. No, you can do this with art memberships, nutrition courses, templates, just Amazon course. Like there's all different kinds of things here, all different kinds of industries. And I really liked that because it removes an excuse or a limiting belief around I have to be in a specific niche. And not only that, but I super intentionally shared, because I have students who have made hundreds of thousands. I have students who have made millions of dollars at this point in my journey. If I shared millions of dollars, those millions of dollars case studies, if I shared those millions of dollars success stories, it's not believable. That doesn't help break their limiting beliefs. That doesn't dispel the myth because it all just seems so unbelievable. So I very intentionally asked my audience for small examples. Like, hey, if you found me and I helped you make your first dollar online, can you share your story, please? Because that's what I care about. I threw in a few of the big ones to expand their mind a little bit, right? I want you to think bigger than $85 in 2 weeks, but I actually really wanted the majority of the focus to be on that first dollar and just breaking the belief that you like showing that you can make money. You can do this. This isn't just a hobby. If you want it to be more than that, you can. And so this is super, it might just look like a little table of contents, but the intentionality that went into this table of contents was extreme because I know that most people aren't going to read the whole, what is it, like 50 pages? I don't know. It's many pages. They're 40 pages. So it's a big guide. I know not everyone's going to read everything. And so this table of contents is the summary. This table, I want them to just see the first page and maybe the second page and aha, the light bulb goes off. I also put this at the top. Please read. Making Money Starts by Believing It's Possible. Actually do it. The goal of this case study collection really isn't to get you to enroll in my passive income course that they all mention in their interviews, although you can if you want to. It's so I want to make sure look, I'm sharing this. You don't have to buy. Just read it for free if you want to. It's to expand your horizons and get you to believe that you actually can make money online and lots of it. So it's addressing that I have nothing to sell you here. If you choose to take the next step, that's totally fine. You're welcome to. But the point of this is to expand your mind. The point of this is for you to see that all of these people are making their first dollars in very random industries. So this handled their biggest objection, right? If we backtrack, the video is struggling to believe you can make money. Watch this. So if you're struggling to make money to believe it, seeing these real people from all different backgrounds of life and all different industries really helps break that belief. And then the other thing that I did, by the way, is if they wanted to read the whole thing in this YouTube video, they had to, in the description, you can see here that this button here goes to this opt-in page, which again summarizes it. Because that's oh, I want to know more about Jody with her $32,000 with her gardening guide. I want to know more. That's so interesting. I want to read her case study. So again, we're very intentional to put all of this stuff here at the top because it creates that curiosity, it creates that intrigue. So then the last thing that we did, and this is where we actually made the money, is that we had this in the footer of every page. It says, ready to be my next passive income case study. Click here to join now. And then that just takes them to the checkout page of this is my very popular course. I'm sure you've heard of it, but it basically just walks down how I sell digital products. And so all of these students sell variations of digital products, whether it's art digital products, face yoga digital products, a parent menopause course. Digital products can be PDFs, courses, videos, audio files. You don't have to show your face. I think a lot of people were kind of curious about that. So I mentioned a bunch of people who weren't even showing their face. They were just doing audio files or PDFs. I think Jody was just a PDF. And I mean, $32,000 with a PDF is just not bad. And so it pitched it in the footer of every page. And it's really low key. It's just a link, right? And then the last thing that's really important is this is how we know how much this video made, because this link here has a special code. So I copied it somewhere. No, I think if I hover over it, I don't know if you can see it though. Let me see if I can copy this URL, because hold on. I just want you to see the code. Well, I'll give you another example. So you can see here in this browser, 080824 traffic source YouTube. So if we go back to, let me just turn this image on again. Let me go into here. If we go back, I want to find that guy again. Hold on. If we turn this image back on, let me just, sorry guys, I'm still getting the hang of all of this. Okay, so just so you can see it a little bit more clearly. You guys are rock stars. I'm gonna be a pro. Apparently, like with what I have, you can literally just push buttons and it does it for it. So that's what I gotta figure out. But if we look at this again, you can see here 080824. That's how we know that it's that video that made us those sales. So we track it on that meticulous of a level. And this is why I like Hyros, is because if I didn't have that URL, I wouldn't know where, because I pitch passive income in a million different places. We run ads to that course. We create Instagram reels, Instagram stories. We create emails. The only way I know this YouTube video made me that $18,000 is because I track the URL. So I'm going to put a link to that software down below. I am an affiliate with them. I don't know if I have an affiliate link for it, but either way, I'm going to link to it. If you do, I'm sure I get like a small percentage, but I recommended Hyros for a long time before I was an affiliate. And if I'm not an affiliate, I'm still recommending it. We just use it every single day in our business and it's incredible. So that's what I did. This is what I'm really learning about YouTube, is that it's about giving what seems to be working really well for me, and all the videos that do well is a combination of really good value, right? I mean, that was a big PDF that I went over that really created a change and a switch in people's minds, which I think was really helpful. But it's also I'm filming all of these with a webcam. You all are lucky I have a nice mic. This is not edited. I just click start and then I click end. And I actually really feel like that's resonating really well with people. It builds a lot of trust, and it's just me being me. And it also takes the pressure off of me from a content creator standpoint. I just get to do what I've always done on every platform, which is show up and be myself. So that's what I'm learning with YouTube. I'm excited to share more of what I learn as I merge into building up my YouTube following. I tend to do that. I tend to figure stuff out and then have to share it with you guys. So I'm sure I'll share more. YouTube I've just posted videos twice a week, once a week, and just let it be. But now I'm very intentionally growing on YouTube. So I'm excited to share what I learned with you guys. And that's what worked with that video. We have a lot of videos. Just so you know, this wasn't a one-off. We have a lot of videos that made us a lot of money. $9,000 here, $5,000 there, $13,000 there. The $18,000 one was the highest one so far. That was our all-time record. But we typically will make, if I had to average, about $2,000 per YouTube video. And it's typically in something like that where it's a link, which takes them to a freebie, which then gives them the option to purchase if they want to. So that tends to be the format that works really well. Like I said, 18K is way more than the average. I think the average is a lot closer to $2,000, but still I do 2 videos a week. That's $4,000 a week. It's not bad. It's going to go up though. So hopefully that was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.